What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's good. Show you my beach towel. That's it. Hey, ain't the new Captain America is a melanated brother. He is. He's a Falcon. All right. He's a Falcon. He represents let's say Haru. All right. Hey, the sci-fi stuff is very interesting to me, right? I didn't even plan on making a video. I just wanted to be chill. I had a good day. Did some laundry. Conversated with I think through text message to one of my cousins. Talked to one of my cousins. God is good, man. I did have a slight conversation with a gentleman. I don't know. His eyes look demonic, but I told him on the bus, keep his hands to himself. He touched me, and I just said, "Don't touch me." Keep your hands to yourself. I don't know. We're living in some weird times. I don't. From the sci-fi stuff that I've listened to, dimensionally, and it makes sense to me. Like I'm just thinking about it. Hey, take what I'm saying with a grain of salt. All right. Dimensionally, where you see a vast open area, like you drive across the countryside and you see like fields and fields is just like look empty and you don't see nothing, right? It could be farmland or it could just be an empty space. It's a possibility that there's a city there, but it's just we just can't see. It's not in our spectrum. It could be an angelic alien city, right? And just like the movie, I can't think of the name of the damn movie. I don't feel like looking it up now. But the movie with the button, when the girl pressed the button and she could see the city in the vastness, that's what it's like. So aliens, demons, angelic beings, whatever, they have cities. Let's just say they're on the ley lines of the what they call the power grids or the third parallel of different areas, and that's where these cities are secretly, right? These are the secret locations of some of these cities, and they're literally like they could be on top of our cities, right? And we could be passing through each other and never even interact. That's what that movie was kind of trying to like explain, all right? And I'm not gonna name it. You know the name of the movie. I'm not looking it up, man. I don't feel like looking it up. Damn it. Let me look it up because I don't like to give y'all false information. Now I gotta Google it now. Hidden city with button. Let me see if that comes up. Movie. I gotta put that movie. No, that's not it. Okay, I do this. This is a lot easier. Okay, I'll find the movie a lot quicker this way. Tomorrowland. That's the name of the movie, Tomorrowland. Right? In Tomorrowland, they were showing you how right now in this third dimensional realm, there's other dimensional cities right here in on this planet. Right? It's just in a different dimension. It's beyond our spectrums of light. Right? This is the tales of how demons can come back and forth through the different dimensions right here on Earth. All right. Now, what I wanted to play for y'all, and I thought it was very, very interesting. I think it's good. All right. Is it's called The Great War in Heaven, and it's giving you like the scientific, the sci-fi aspect of it, um, of like how everything plays out. All right. And it sounds pretty interesting, but listen, just take a listen, man. I think it's pretty good. Just take a listen.
Hundreds of thousands of eons after Lucifer introduced sin to heaven, an unprecedented day arrived when all the countless angels across the universe were called to assemble before the Father. It took decades for the dispersed angels across the galaxies to receive the summons and journey back to the majestic Zion Grand Court. This call was unlike any other, being the most significant and far-reaching grand subpoena in history up to that point. The fallen angels made their way to the colossal gyroscope city, with God seated in the middle as the judge. The angels were organized into divisions, each with a higher commanding angel leading them. Countless starships poured into the docking stations, creating a bustling atmosphere filled with anticipation for what was to transpire in heaven. Celestials of every species took their seats and platforms, while a continuous stream of individuals made their way from their space shuttles. Once everyone settled, the resounding voice of the Almighty seized the attention of all present. Millions of high-ranking cherubim stood and radiated their light, signaling the imminent arrival of the monarch of the universe. The books were opened, and the judgment was set. Michael made his way to the central platform with his special forces of elite celestials. Lucifer arrived with his grandiose envoy of starships and rebel forces. A panoramic vision enveloped the entire audience, providing a brief overview of the history and crimes committed by the fallen angels. The bailiffs, standing as colossal titans, beckoned Lucifer and his legal team to present their case before all of heaven. For several years, Lucifer and his legal team argued their case, while holy prosecutors presented their arguments against the fallen angels. It took several decades for the heavenly deliberation to conclude, considering every argument presented by the rebels.
Okay, I think the strategy is to get rid of the 69, so we're just going to start by doing that, which honestly is not taking super long.
Are you feeling stuck
Ignore
with
that
$10,000 or more in
ad
debt and
stuff.
all the interest that comes with it? Try National Debt Relief. As seen on...
The heavenly jury, in every sector and island of heaven, found that Lucifer was unjustified in his actions, and therefore was worthy of eternal expulsion from Zion's celestial limits. Then Satan exultingly pointed to his sympathizers, comprising nearly half of all the angels, and exclaimed, "These are with me." Lucifer's followers and sympathizers stood up in solidarity, shocking some of the loyal angels who discovered their close friends were secretly Luciferian.
Remember when she said the other angels did not know that their other angel friends or kin or whatever were Luciferians. All right? So this was a shock or a surprise to them. All right? Now think about this. This is like a time period prior to human beings. This is the heavens. This is just all the angels. All right? This is the angels. All right? Angels, aliens, whatever you want to call them. Right? Their vastness of civilizations. Right? Billions of them. Right? They gathered to hear the case. They took years. All right? But some people were surprised to find out that some of their family members were Luciferians. All right? They were secretly playing for the other team, secretly going against the Most High, going against everything that they thought that they were on the same sheet of music on. You know what I'm saying? I thought we were all working for positivity and righteousness, or you know what I'm saying, whatever. I thought we were all. I thought we had the all. I thought we all had the same overstanding, understanding, and understanding of what's going on. Right? But some of them chose to play for Lucifer. L. All right. Lucifer starts with an L. All right. I can't make that up. All right. But they were surprised to find out that their angelic brothers or sisters, whatever the case may be, were Luciferians. All right. That's how some of y'all are gonna be surprised. Some of your family members and friends are Luciferians. All right.
Meanwhile, Lucifer defiantly shouted, "Will you expel these also, and make such a void in heaven?" He then declared that he was prepared to resist the authority of Christ and defend his place in heaven by the might of his strength against strength. The eternal judge spoke and said to all the rebels, "The gates to the tree of life are closed to you, and your names is blotted out from the book of life. You are no longer citizens of heaven, but wanderers in the void, with no hope of redemption or salvation. The gates of heaven are closed to you, and you shall wander forever in the abyss of your own making." In the hushed aftermath of the heavenly decree, a stunned silence gripped the fallen angels. Shock reverberated through their ranks, eclipsing their disbelief. Privileges had been stripped before, but eternal expulsion from heaven? This was an unimaginable blow, one that plunged them into an abyss of despair. As the weight of God's verdict settled upon their souls, the fallen ones grappled with a new reality. For Lucifer, the once defiant leader, were lost for words. His gaze looked away from sight of the loyal angels, now mourning like a mother lamenting her dead child. He looked to his followers, who stood shattered and lost, their faces etched with a torment that no rebellion could have prepared them for. This morning star was embarrassed. He didn't think it would come to this. "Save us!" some of the fallen angels cried out, their voices laced with desperation. "We can change. We will change," they whimpered, their pleas echoing through the celestial chambers. Yet even amidst the chorus of supplication, the bitter truth loomed large. There would be no salvation, no redemption. It was too late for them. Even the most unrepentant rebel, the one who had laughed in the face of divine authority, now hung his head in shame. The clowny lunatic whose laughter had once echoed through the halls of heaven now stood silent, his painted smile a mere facade masking the depths of his desolation. The desolate wails of the fallen mingled with the heavy silence, marking the finality of their fate. As the gravity of their irreversible condemnation sunk in, the once prideful among them now found themselves stripped of their bravado, reduced to mere shadows of their former celestial glory. It was a moment of profound reckoning, where the fallen angels faced the unalterable consequences of their rebellion. And no amount of weeping or empty promises could undo the eternal decree that had been cast upon them. Lucifer regained his composure. He tilted his head up, and his eyes met Michael the Archangel's with a burning hatred that seemed to transcend millennia. The tension in heaven reached its breaking point as Lucifer thundered his declaration of war. "You think you can banish us so easily, Michael? This is just the beginning. Prepare for war." Lucifer's words resonated with a chilling intensity. All heaven erupted in chaos. As the fallen angels and the holy angels clashed, the battlefield became a nightmarish vision of technology run amok. The sky was filled with explosions and the sound of engines as advanced weaponry unleashed a devastating barrage. The clash of the celestial titans was deafening, reverberating through the corridors of paradise. Each blow struck an emotional chord, resonating with the ancient memories of a time when unity prevailed over discord. The ground shook as missiles and energy weapons blasted the landscape, leaving nothing but craters and wreckage in their wake. The air was filled with the stench of burning angelic flesh and the disgusting smell of destruction, and the screams of the celestials in agony were drowned out by the roar of battle. As the battle raged on, the magnificent cities of heaven were devastated by the fallen angels' assault. Energy beams and advanced weaponry tore through structures that had stood for eons, and great highway structure were laid low by the fury of the battle. The fallen angels seemed intent on wreaking as much destruction as possible, even as the holy angels fought with all their might to defend their celestial homes. The holy angels, their eyes ablaze with the fervor of righteousness, refused to cower in the face of darkness. With tears streaming down their radiant faces, they fought with an unwavering determination, their hearts heavy with the burden of banishing their brethren. In a display of defiance, the fallen angels launched their fleet of spacecrafts, each vessel gleaming with an ominous purpose as they fanned out across the vast expanse of heaven's celestial countries. Roaring through the ethereal skies, their space jets left fiery contrails across the heavens. Their formation took shape above the heart of Zion, heaven's capital, where the colossal tree of life stood. The fallen angels, their faces contorted with desperation and anger, aimed to steal its precious fruits. Explosions of light and celestial fire painted the sky as magnetic shields surrounding the tree of life deflected the evil onslaught. With a determined resolve, the holy angels fiercely defended their sacred charge. The moments of painful impact knocks them unconscious, reviving the memory of a time when harmony had prevailed among the heavenly brethren. Amidst the chaos, thousands of fallen angels driven by desperation attempted to burrow through the burning force shield. Their flesh seared in agony, they fought on, their determination rivaling the intensity of their celestial jets' fiery propulsion. Yet the holy angels, resolute in their duty, held fast, their celestial might overwhelming the fallen angels' tortured attempts. The heavens quaked with the intensity of this emotional battle, a reflection of the profound loss of unity and the despair that had driven the fallen angels to such extremes. With a heavy heart, a lone angel cast a tearful glance at the once harmonious heavens, longing for the days when all angels had dwelled together in peace. As the war stretched into years, the very essence of heaven seemed to tremble with the weight of the struggle. However, Lucifer and his comrades knew the end was near. The turning point arrived when the fallen angels, exhausted and outmatched, could no longer...
Having trouble building your credit because of missed payments, constant rejection, or no existing
Another
credit history?
ad.
You need Self.
Disregard.
With tools like free rent reporting, a credit...
outgunned the loyal angels. Weariness gripped them as they faced the relentless might of the Lord's army. In every corner of heaven, the rebels were losing ground. Desperation set in, and some rebel quadrants surrendered, hoping for a final chance at mercy. But no sympathy remained for them. Their time was up. Forgiveness was a distant dream, long lost to the millennia of torment they had inflicted upon heaven. They would never again manipulate heaven into forgiving their transgressions. The moment had come. The time for expulsion. In a grand display of divine authority, Michael the Archangel summoned thousands of colossal stargates, their majestic forms dwarfing planets and the heavenly continents. With solemn determination, the angels harnessed the immense energies of these celestial portals, banishing the defeated fallen angels into the abyss of the unknown. As the fallen angels were apprehended and dragged before these titanic gateways, the heavens trembled with the echoes of their defiant struggles. Warships, desperate to escape their inevitable fate, were ensnared by the irresistible pull of the stargates, vanishing into the unfathomable depths of the celestial conduits. The rebel forces tried to aim all their firepower to destroy the stargates, but it was futile. The stargates were coated with a magnetic field never seen before. Amidst the chaos, there were moments of unwavering valor as holy angels grappled with their nefarious adversaries, sacrificing their own safety to ensure the permanent expulsion of the fallen ones. Through tear-stained eyes, they hurled themselves into the swirling vortex of the stargates. The sorrow of the holy angels, as they were forced to banish their own king, merged with their unwavering determination to restore peace. With every expulsion through the shimmering stargates, they wept for the loss of their brethren, even as they knew it was a necessary sacrifice for the greater good. end, as the last of the fallen angels were cast into the cosmic void, a profound silence settled over the celestial realm. It was a silence born of triumph and heartbreak, of sacrifice and bittersweet victory. Amidst the smouldering ruins of their once glorious metropolises, the holy angels found themselves in a bittersweet moment of victory and loss. Tears of both mourning and celebration glistened in their radiant eyes as they beheld the aftermath of the celestial war. The heavens stood shattered, a haunting testament of the results of sin and rebellion. As they began the task of rebuilding heaven, they saw a third of a floating city broken off. This was a poignant reminder of the irreplaceable void left by their fallen brethren. Several billion angels were expelled from Zion's cities. Michael, the King of Angels, stood on a mountain of wreckage and spoke to their grief. He then lifted his hand and raised a pillar up and said, "We will rebuild and will make a new heaven and a new Zion."
All right, so according to this, and this is the page so y'all can see that. You can go check it out for yourself if you want to. All right, it's pretty interesting stuff. According to that, they expelled billions of fallen angels. Billions. I said this before, and I didn't even know about this stuff. The Tower of Babel was displayed for people on the TV show, which is pretty much, at this point I could confirm that it's a Luciferian thing. You know, that's Lucifer showing his dominion over his realm, over his dimension. All right, the Tower of Babel was in the show Foundation. Right? In the show Foundation, that is, you could say, Lucifer in a different dimension. All right? Hey, folks, I bet my life on it, man. Judgment is going to be harsh. Right? I can say this now wholeheartedly. My angelic brothers are gonna feel some type of way when it comes to certain things that's been happening, and I guess I don't know. Fallen angels, I don't know. Maybe you guys think you're gonna fight your way back into heaven. I don't know. We'll see how it works out for you. But I bet my life on it. God's judgment will be harsh. I bet my life on it. I have no doubt. None in my heart, none in my soul, none in my spirit, and none in my mind. I bet my life on it. God's judgment is going to be harsh. All right? Beyond this third dimensional realm. All right? I bet my life on it. All right? I guarantee, all right, wickedness and corruption will be eradicated. All right? I'm not a hypocrite. I'm not a fraud, not a phony. I believe in the Most High, and I believe in Jesus Christ, Yahshua, the Son of God. I came here to try to purify all of us as human beings. Judgment Day is for the fallen. Do not put yourself in the mix with them. All right? They want to drag you to hell with them. All right? They're never going back to heaven. Never. They've been banished forever. All right? Forever. They're never going back. I guarantee that. All right? They're not going back to no heaven. My angelic brothers are going to be standing guard to make sure nobody tries to fight their way back into heaven too. I say I share everybody. Take care of yourself. I bet my life on it. I guarantee it, man. God's judgment is going to be harsh.